All aboard the toxic woman train, chugging down the tracks of no accountability. The toxic woman train. You're the only one that's doing the manipulation. The toxic woman train. We're tying you to the tracks so you'll take accountability. Okay, that's a little tight actually. I'm tying it in the back. No snatched waist today. Oh, looks like I'm not wearing pants. I promise I'm wearing pants. Hi guys, I'm Vanessa. This is my channel. You can see there's a couple past videos. You can watch them if you want. I made those when I was a teenager. Watch them if you'd like. They're kind of fun. I don't know. But I kind of wanted to revamp my YouTube because I've had the idea of kind of doing like some sort of cooking channel, but I don't want to focus just on cooking. Like I'll probably be doing other videos besides just cooking. I like having a conversation about food with people because everyone has all these kind of different lived experiences with these foods, different memories with different foods. So it's cool to like learn those different stories behind the foods and everything. Count how many times I've said food. But food is just like a conversation starter, I feel like, you know? When you're having a little get together. When you're having a little get together, you're usually gonna have like a little snack together to help you feel comfortable in that space. To like, I don't know. I just feel like food brings a lot to a conversation. I feel like that made no sense. Hey, I'm gonna wrap back around, try to figure out what I'm actually saying. I feel like, for me personally at least, I hold a lot of memories in food. From like different things that my grandma made, or different things that my mom made, or different things that even now we're having fun little potlucks now. Potlucks are so fun. I highly recommend you doing it with your friends because it's just fun to bring food together and like, I don't know. You get to like share a part of your life with someone. I hope that some of this makes sense. This video is a little bit different than what I want to continue to focus on. I just personally wanted to make this video because I'm not standing for it anymore. We're not gonna let someone come and try to reimagine the timeline of how things happened. And fake evidence, obviously, edit things out. We're not doing that. That's not okay. And you're a weirdo if you're watching this. Hi, you're a weirdo. And not in the cute, fun way, like you probably want to describe yourself. You're a weirdo. A weirdo that people are uncomfortable with. I hope you know that. People are very uncomfortable with you. Alright, let's get to the video. Today, I wanted to make chocolate chip cookies. You may be wondering, why do you want to make chocolate chip cookies? I'm setting a little trap to see if someone will see it. But besides that point, I'll get back to that later on. Today's recipe is brown butter chocolate chunk cookies. I don't have the chocolate chunks because I was too lazy to go get some chocolate bars from the grocery store. But today we will be just using chocolate chips, but I highly recommend doing like bar chocolate and like just chopping it up. Ooh, so good. Genuinely so good. This recipe was made by Audrey Soros on TikTok, and I will put that link down below. Genuinely some of the best cookies I've ever had in my life. I was living in dormitory housing last year and ended up like having extra cookie dough left over, so I put it in the fridge, and I was coming to, like on my lunch, I was gonna go and make some cookies. Someone had eaten my cookie dough. So these cookies are so good that people are probably gonna steal them. Just let you know. Alright, so we're gonna make our brown butter pan. And for this recipe, you need a half cup plus a tablespoon. And you don't have to let it thaw out, from what I was seeing. Hopefully she doesn't say you have to let it thaw out, because I did let it thaw out. But you do not have to let it thaw out like that. So, I usually turn it down to around like 4. Like, because you don't want it to burn. You want it to slowly heat up. Okay, so with brown butter, you just want to make sure you're watching it and making sure it doesn't burn, because it can burn very quickly. I think another reason why I wanted to make this video, like, yes, I was a fan. I think I started watching Miranda around 9 or 10, and then I think I was watching Glozell's video, because I had been following Glozell before I even had followed Miranda, I think, at this point. And I see this woman, and I'm like, who is this woman? And they started making jokes about her being Miranda, and I was like, at this point, I was still believing in Santa. I didn't believe this woman was Miranda Sings. I thought Miranda Sings was a real person, and I was just like, she's a weirdo, I'm just gonna keep watching it. But then I found out about Colleen, and that she had another channel that wasn't about Miranda. It was more about her. And so I kept following it, and, you know, at that age I was watching a lot of family channels and seeing that, like, she had this big family and they did fun things all the time, and to me she just, like, was very family oriented. So I was like, this is probably a good channel for me to watch, because I'm a child. It's not too adult for me. Come to find out, she was making inappropriate jokes the entire time, and I was just a child. Obviously, like, I didn't know any better. And I didn't understand what she was talking about. But the thing is, she also collaborated with people that were harmful too. She brought people into my, what's that word? I think all I'm really saying is that she brought inappropriate people that were talking about inappropriate things that children should not be seeing when I was a child. Like, I was learning about all these new YouTubers that were very inappropriate and were doing the same things that she was doing that I was not aware of. My parents were very strict about not talking to strangers online, so luckily I never got too involved with everything, but I was a pretty, like, loyal fan. I would watch all of her vlogs, I would watch all the Miranda content. I was always supporting her. So in 2020, I was shocked to see Colleen getting all this hate and everything, because I'd seen many of YouTubers go through their cancellations, and then they would come back. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I kind of just believed whatever the YouTuber was telling me, which isn't good. I have since, obviously, grown my own opinion of things and understand better. Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to do unsalted butter. I only have salted butter because my mother only buys salted butter. That's on me. I could go buy some unsalted butter. I'm not blaming mom. But I saw her 2020 video which at this point I kind of was like falling off from her content. I wasn't really watching Miranda anymore because it wasn't my humor. I just want to make sure he keeps her in it. So I was mostly just watching Colleen because she started making the family content with her husband and when she had her oldest. And so I ate that up. So seeing that video of her talking about Adam McIntyre was really confusing because I didn't know about this like secret underneath like fandom where they were doing her dirty work. They were doing weirdo, like she had them do things that is weird. You as a creator sending your fans to go hate on people is insane. I will never blame well, obviously we know who I would actually blame, the only other adults in this situation, but the children that she was sending to do her dirty work, that's weird. That is weirdo behavior. I don't know, personally, as I get older and older, I'm like, I have nothing in common with these younger girls. Like, why would I make friends with younger girls like that? It's that, like, even in general, actually, I will not befriend someone under the age, at this point, probably 21. I don't befriend people under the age of 21 because you are in a completely different time of your life than I am. I have nothing to relate to with a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old. So I saw that video back in 2020 where she basically was saying, oh, he was begging for it. He was begging for the underwear. No, I remember the live stream, actually. I remember that specific part, too. That's the thing. People were watching Colleen. People, like, I don't get why you think people weren't watching and keeping track of these things. You're not as sneaky as you think you are. So right now it's kind of bubbling. I'll show you in a second. All right. So you see it's bubbling. You just want to keep stirring. Make sure you're scraping the bottom. You are going to get clumps no matter what. It's going to be foamy like this no matter what. But I remember the live stream. I genuinely thought that Adam was like a adult man that you guys were going to be sending that lingerie to. I didn't know who Adam was. But also, where's the receipts, Colleen? Where are the receipts for that charity event? No one's pointing fingers. We just want to see some receipts. And it's very suspicious that you haven't shown them yet. Even though people have been begging you to. I don't know why I didn't talk about it in the moment, but in this situation, I'm talking about her charity event, the one that she said she was going to send the lingerie to Adam for. She has not posted any receipts of her sending the money to the charity that she said she was going to be sending it to. And the money went straight into her bank account. And there's just never been proof that she has ever sent that charity money. So that's what that's about. Another reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I've been doing a lot of research about this situation recently because I didn't do it back then. And I think it was just like, it was hard because this woman that I had been supporting for years was being creepy, being a creepy adult. Like, of course I was upset. But I unfortunately didn't look into Adam before 2023 when he put his final, when he put out the new video to fully be like, hey, she is a bad person. I honestly feel so bad to this day that I didn't go and watch his video back in 2020. He gives so much proof. I hate the fact that I believed her just because she edited a clip. I was watching that stream. I don't know why I didn't think about that more. I had someone in my life who took something that I loved and made me hate it for a while, actually. Cooking. This woman decided to take me under her wing when I was around 12 or 13 to start teaching me how to cook because I had been so interested in it. I later on figured out that she really just wanted me to be seen with her, to like have a higher social standing. I don't know how to explain this to you without like going way into detail, but let's just say that like there is a community that I was a part of, and in that community, or I should probably say organization, there's this thing where for people that are very involved, if you are struggling, then you can get help. Someone in my family was higher up in this organization, and so I'm sure she saw me as her ticket of getting whatever she wanted. So genuinely, I do credit her for a lot of the things I have implemented in my cooking, and I thank her for that because, yeah, did she teach me a lot of things that I will use for the rest of my life? Yes. But she also made me hate cooking after, because once her little facade blew away, she saw no use for me. And so she basically, like, just left me to figure everything out. I remember something that made me so angry about her was that she tried to lie about something my mom said. She tried to say I wasn't invited to this event. And when I asked my mother, she said, no, she was invited. She said she didn't want to go. They will always try to save face over actually caring about you. We have our brown butter. Just want to make sure it's a little dark. I probably could go darker, but I'm not too concerned with it. Something I have picked up with watching all of Adam's videos is she used him until she didn't deem him fit enough to be used, I guess. Just like how, in my situation, I was used until it didn't benefit her anymore. And I'm not trying to, no comparisons here. Obviously, his situation is way worse. But I think that's just kind of like why I really wanted to talk about the situation. I think about the women that befriend underage people, and I think of, my thought is always, why can't they make friends their own age? Do people not want to be their friends? Why do they have to go younger to make friends? Why was she talking the way she did to minors? Alright, so we want this to cool down. So I will be putting the butter in my mixing bowl that I will be using. I really want to try brown butter brownies. I feel like that would be really good. So we just want to let it cool because if the butter is too hot, it will cook the egg. Don't ask how I know. So I'm just gonna let that chill in the fridge for a little bit, just so that it's not scalding hot that it burns the egg. Not burns the egg, cooks the egg. Just a little reality check. You're surrounded by yes men. A true artist would never want to be surrounded. Artist is very generous. As a creative, you need people to tell you where you're going wrong. So the fact that you're just surrounded by people that are going to be like, oh yeah, that's an amazing idea, you should totally do that. They are scared that you are going to take away everything the way that things have been taken away from you. Everything has been taken away from you. So stop acting like a victim and own up to what you are doing. I want to talk about the phenomenon that comes with theater kids who later become popular. Whether that's in high school or whether that's in past high school or whatever. They turn into what I like to consider like the Mean Girls, like the movie, obviously, where their entire lives, they were the ones that were getting made fun of. They were the ones that had like no friends and no social status. And then the second that they get a little bit of popularity, whether that being more friends or an entire audience, they start to want to turn into that. They want to be what they were being bullied by, you know? They want to become those mean girls so that they can inflict the pain that has been inflicted on them. But in her situation, I can see that she has become a mean girl. Like, through and through. Miranda is... Her entire character of Miranda was based on making fun of people. Another thing that has really been getting to me with this whole situation... I keep saying situation, this whole thing, is that she would have made fun of me. I'm looking back now and I'm like, she would have made fun of me. If I ever like interacted with her, became a part of her little thing, she would have made fun of me. I was like 200 pounds watching her as like 15. I don't even know how old I was. I was overweight. I was obese like most of my life. I think I still am, TBH. TBH. No. And like, come to find out, she's been making fun of fat people this entire time. She would comment on fans' bodies all the time. Thank God I was never involved with her. Thank God I never got into those group chats where she probably would have... I don't even know. She is an evil woman who wants to make others feel as small as she used to. She only cares about herself. That is all she has ever cared about. Sure, she could be a great mother now. No, she's not. She's posting her kids' faces all over the internet. She's posting what her home looks like. Hopefully, now that she's moving into a new house, she's not going to show it. She is putting her children in danger day after day. They are going to know who these children are. People... I would never say it's okay to harm anyone in a situation like this. I don't think anyone involved would say they want her at all, like, or her family. But she is putting herself in this situation. She is the one that is putting her kids all over the internet for everyone to see. I just can't. I can't. Alright, so I let it chill for a couple minutes in the fridge. You just want to make sure that it's... want to make sure that it cools down so that it doesn't cook the egg. Alright, first we have half a cup of plain white sugar. I don't know why I said plain. Just white sugar. And put that in. 3/4 brown sugar. I believe this is a 4th cup, because I am too lazy to find the 3/4 cup. So we need 3/4 packed brown sugar. 1, 2, 3. And she didn't give us specificity, whatever that word is, on how much vanilla. So I'm gonna put a capful. All right, so we have the vanilla, and then we have one large egg. Crack that in there. And you do not have to mix it with the spatula. I'm just making this harder than I have to. Just want to mix it up to combine everything. Ooh. These are gonna be good. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have definitely already seen Adam McIntyre's channel. You've watched his videos and everything. But for those who haven't, I highly suggest, if you're interested in learning more about the situation, go watch Adam's videos. Number one, Adam's videos. He nominated you guys to go subscribe to him. Just letting you know. I think you would want to know that if you were nominated for something as big as that. So I've been watching his videos a lot recently. And it's honestly opened my mind up to a lot of things of like, oh, there were a lot of times where adults were strange to me. And I don't want any minor to ever have to go through that again. Like, it's really hard after, because it feels like someone who was so important to you could care less about you. That's what it feels like. For me, at least, in this situation, in my situation, with the woman who taught me how to cook. I felt so abandoned. And felt so used. And I can't even imagine how Adam would have felt. He kept Miranda alive. And then she just drops him after one little thing. After something that was such a non-issue that you made an issue. I didn't follow Miranda at the time because I didn't care about Miranda at all. But his tweet about him giving the idea of the Meghan Trainor thing, I think it was funny. I'm gay, I promise. I thought it was funny. That's just me. He's the reason why that stuff worked. And then she loves to just discredit everything. I can't, like... Honestly, I would have done far worse than what Adam McIntyre has ever done in his entire career. He gives that woman so much grace. He has asked for an apology. He said, I'll be done talking about it and everything. Alright, so we have our butter, our brown sugar, our white sugar, our egg, and our vanilla mixed together. You should get something with this consistency and this color. It smells amazing. So, the next step is 1 1/4 cups of flour. I like to do flour at little increments at a time just so it can fully mix. Just fold it in. And then we have our 4th cup. And then we mix. Mix. I'm really trying to remember how I started watching Adam. I think one day I was just like, I should probably actually research this and figure out what actually happened, because I was so out of the loop of things. And I have consumed so much of Adam McIntyre's content that not even totally pertaining to that situation, but in general, I have loved watching him. I wish I would have went and watched it back then so I could start watching him back then. I love what I'm watching. I have also been watching Paige Christie and iNabber and Vangelina a little bit. I want to get more into Vangelina. I really like her takes and everything. I've just been watching all their videos about the situation. So we need half a teaspoon of our baking soda, I just usually stick it in and then pull it out like that. So I got a flat little thing of our baking soda. When it comes to commentary YouTube, I get a little scared. I think, oh, what if it's another Keemstar? What if it's just people trying to get the next views? Like they're trying to clickbait things. No, not with iNabber, Paige Christie, Adam McIntyre, Evangelina. There's someone else I've been watching too. I will insert something if that is true, if I've been watching someone else also. But I feel like it's these channels have like kind of opened my mind to a lot of things. Like I think a lot more. I think a lot in general, but I feel like I think more about how people should be treated in these situations. And alright, so we got all of our wet and dry ingredients. All we have to do is add the chocolate chips. Very good, very good. I'm just eyeballing this, TBH. Why do I keep saying TBH? Okay, I say TBH all the time. I picked cookies. Because I remember you're always making them. I wish that I had some flaky salt to put on top of them, but this is our dough. This is what we have. Our oven's set to 350, and I'm going to form our cookie dough balls. We get our pan spray. I'm gonna spray the crap out of this pan. Take a dough bowl. I'll make some big cookies actually, because she loves to make some big cookies. Even though she loves to fashion. Interesting. Besides the point. Another thing that is so concerning is that she hasn't really stopped with the inappropriate content. She is continuing to do the inappropriate content. What kind of inappropriate content are you asking? Oh, she's putting her children's voices into her sexual innuendo songs. I also want to add that in the song that she wrote, I can't even remember what she called it, but she's singing on her tour. She mentions drugging her kids with melatonin so that her and her husband can get it on. Word for word, drugging them with melatonin. I don't know if it's actually drugging them with melatonin, but she uses the word drugging. And melatonin, obviously. So, besides the fact that you are posting your children online for everyone to see, you're gonna embarrass him for the rest of his life? Oh, I have to embarrass my kids because it's funny. I want to be an embarrassing mom. That's beyond embarrassing. That's just weird. But once your child gets to the age where or children in general actually, when they get to the age where their friends are consuming media constantly and they start to uncover all these videos that you've been making about your children being cock blocks. I don't know. Personally, if my parents were making songs about me being a cock block as a kid and putting my voice into it, that would mortify me. Mortifying. Think of how many people are going to bully them. You are setting your children up to be bullied. Something that you faced yourself. You want your children to also be bullied? You're doing this to them. Not the internet. Children are so cruel, and you know that they are cruel. So why are you setting your children up to be bullied? Colleen has something what I like to call cheap humor. It worked for her back then, so she's gonna keep with it. This cheap humor is gonna be poop, fart, sex, body part humor. And this is not me saying that, like, poop, fart jokes aren't funny. Just the way that she does them. That's the only thing that she can think of. Like, anything a little more intellectual, maybe, I don't know. But also, I watched Vangelina's video last night. I will link that specific video, but please go watch more of her content of her talking about Colleen's tour, where allegedly, she's using AI. I take away the whole creative thing. That humor has never been funny, for one. You should know by now that you shouldn't be making jokes like that, obviously. When it comes to the sex jokes, I don't think you understand that children understand a lot more than you give them credit for. Children are very smart. They are intuitive. They understand more than you are giving them credit for. I know I said I was a stupid child when I was watching her, but obviously, like, I learned those things, like, with the research I was doing I was like, what does this mean? What's this joke mean? So I was figuring it out. Like, I didn't know at the time, but it's like, as she continued to make the jokes, I started to research it more and be like, oh, what is she talking about? I want to understand what she's talking about. Way earlier than I should have. You are making sexual jokes about a situation involving your child? That's disgusting and weird and creepy. Like, it icks me out so bad. Like, ugh. Who let that woman on the internet? Have you ever thought that maybe your siblings are agreeing with you just because you helped them? And you still haven't talked about Trent. I just, like, there's so many things that could have been said, and you're just doing the exact opposite. You're trying to claim that everything's made up, especially your sister. Your sister will not get off her little soapbox about how everything is untrue. You guys are starting to sound like conspiracists. You are starting to sound like the man that you claim to not like. I am pretty close to half your age, maybe. You're gonna hate that, aren't you? And I would never think any of this would be okay, even at my age. You knew you had a children audience. But yet you continued to make all the jokes that you did. I saw a comment where someone said, it was probably while watching one of the many people that have covered it. Someone in the comments said, I thought it was normal to have a creepy uncle that was inappropriate towards you because of Miranda. You caused harm. You caused a lot of harm for a lot of people. And you don't even, like, acknowledge that. All you can do is, oh, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. None of it, all of it's fake news. Fake news. Trying to sound like someone. This might be really mean to say, but I know I already talked about this, but the fact that her humor hasn't changed in over, how long has she been on the app, on YouTube? I don't even know. It hasn't changed ever since she started. People are supposed to evolve, people are supposed to learn, people are supposed to be funnier. You were surrounded by comedians 24/7. How lucky were you? You didn't pick up a little thing or two, evolved your humor a little bit, changed it up. No, it's because it worked for you and it was a money grab and you knew exactly what worked in that moment and then it stopped working. All right. You're just a weirdo. Like, genuinely such a weirdo. Oh, this video wasn't even supposed to turn into this, but I'm just so upset. From what I've been learning about this entire thing is that, like, so many minors were put in uncomfortable situations. Like, I know her name. I know her name. I know her name. I know her. I'm so sorry. I forgot exactly what her name is. I remember her situation. I will be inserting that above my head. This is her name. I'm sorry, I forgot. The situation of her going on stage. Her name is Becky. She went on stage because Colleen called her up, and I think it was like a yoga position challenge thing. I don't even know exactly what it was, but Becky was wearing, I believe, a skirt, and Becky was a minor at the time, and almost accidentally exposed herself because of what Colleen had her do. A minor, almost exposing herself. This woman is evil. So, when I was trying to start YouTube, how long ago? Maybe 10 years ago, I decided I was gonna do a Halloween costume series where I was dressing up as YouTubers. I feel really mean for this now. Not really that mean, because I didn't do it for one. And also, she probably would have made fun of my weight anyway. That's so mean. Back when I was doing that, I did Colleen for one of them. I had to hold myself back from, this is the meanest, like, is it that mean? After what she's done, is it mean? I guess, like, preemptively it would be mean because I was gonna make it before I found out everything, but when I was about to make my Colleen Ballinger costume video, I was like, should I do, like, dark under eyes for her eye bags? You can't come for me for that, because that was your humor too. You were making fun of people all the time. That was your entire spiel with Miranda, and it's like, obviously, I'm sure you were making that behind the scenes too. So it's like, I don't feel really bad about that, because you curated that. You made that humor seem funny to me. I wish I would have said it. Do you not understand that things are going to backfire on you? You're the one that created this. You're the one that created these people with this humor. So now that it's at you, you're the victim? Right. All of Adam's training, basically? You put him through a training boot camp with how you had him sleuthing around. You created this. You just didn't expect it to backfire on you, huh? And thank God you got rid of that man that would lurk around your house. Maybe you finally realized, maybe I shouldn't let my children be around a man that asked a child. Sorry, not a minor man, or whatever word you try to use for him to discredit him, asks him to put the laundry on over his clothes. But it was over his clothes. It's not a sexual. Lingerie is a sexual thing. Like, you're a weird girl. Like, weird. You're a weirdo. If you are under the age of 18, sometimes even 20 or 21, minors to early 20s, I say be careful with the adult friends you are making. Please. Because the question is always, why are you befriending a child? Or someone that's still figuring life out? Like, that's weird. You are in completely different spaces. And you can say the whole mentor thing or whatever. You can be a mentor around their parents. You don't have to be a weirdo like you are. I need to stop using weirdo, but I just say anyone under the age of 21, just be careful with who you are befriending if they are older. Because I actually found this on TikTok. I was researching this, and a lot of people are saying this, like, be careful who you befriend as a minor or young adult that is older than you by, like, years and years. I'm not saying don't become friends with your coworker that's 50. I'm saying if that coworker starts asking you to hang outside of work, maybe say no. Maybe think about it a little more. Why is this person trying to befriend you? Do they have friends that are their age? If not, then I say don't befriend them. Please make sure you are checking who you become friends with. Because they are grown, you are not. They understand the world more than you do. It's just suspicious that they're trying to become friends with younger people. Just a warning. You don't have to listen. Hey, you do not have to listen. But that's my 2 cents. The internet's a scary place. We've been told this by many people. I grew up being terrified to even comment on YouTube videos, so I never did. I don't think I started commenting on social media posts besides like friends until like 2020. So this is my I've been watching from over here. Like it's happening over there, and I've been watching from over here. And I'm thankful for that. But let me drill it into your head one more time. Like, people in their early 20s and stuff, just be aware. And like, if you're a parent and have a child that's a teenager, I say please be aware of who they're befriending. Just be aware, because it's not always sexual grooming. Grooming does not have to be sexual. Grooming can be like an Adam situation where he was basically taken advantage of for many of years for his creativity and then dropped out of nowhere. I'm not saying that every older friend is gonna be manipulative and cause you trouble and cause you like horrible things, but it's just good to be cautious, because it's just happened too much of children being taken advantage of. You need to be aware of an older person befriending a younger person, because it's not, I don't know, I personally find it very strange to want to befriend someone that much younger than you. I genuinely don't understand it. Like, I've never had I've never had the urge to befriend anyone under the age of 21. I don't know, I just got into that point where I'm not even close to the age that she was when she was being a freak. Oh no, she's still a freak. But like, I don't see the appeal. I genuinely don't. I don't see the appeal of talking to anyone under the age of, I know I've said this 20 billion times, but it's like, what am I supposed to talk? Like, I have a hard time talking to the 20-year-olds that I know from like work and stuff. I feel How do you not feel like you're intruding on the young people's space? But yeah, please, if you are in your early 20s or you're a parent, just beware of the people your children are hanging out with. Beware of the people that you are hanging out with. And just like, stay safe, genuinely. I don't know. I really don't understand it. I don't understand what befriending a child would do for anyone. Obviously, like, she used all of his ideas and everything, but other than that, I'm like, I just don't understand how anyone would ever think that's okay. Her family members, her partner. They all just pretend like nothing happened. That's weird. That's strange. We have our final product. We have our brown butter chocolate chunk cookies. I'm going to let them cool. I just want to let you know, this isn't gonna be what my channel is. I just like, this has been weighing heavy on my heart recently, and I want to continue having conversations about food and memories of food. And for me, cookies remind me of Colleen Ballinger, because she would not shut up about them 24/7. I remember the Christmas cookie party, her like recipes of where she would make extra to put in the fridge. That was like a sweet memory to me. But now I'm like, now they're associated with that woman, that weirdo woman. So now I'm reclaiming them. Brown butter chocolate chunk cookies better than hers. Who said that? Who said that? It broke. But we have our cookie. Yum, yum, yum. I think you can see, I hope you can see of our cookie. Let's take a little bite. I just want to say, I'm not a drama channel at all. I'm not trying to be. I probably will sometimes make little videos like this concerning food and past problematic people. But I just like, food holds memory for me when I see food and when I taste food. So this is what I thought of when I thought of cookies. Everyone I have mentioned today, besides her, will be linked down below. I really recommend you go watch all of those creators if you want to get more insight on like what's happening with the internet. I highly recommend going to follow them because they talk about many things that happen on the internet, and if you want to learn all that stuff, and then also about the Colleen situation. And I don't know, I think these commentary channels have been a big eye-opener for me of like how content should be made. It kind of inspired me to start making content again, because I was like, oh, I can actually freely say what I want to say, and I don't have to put it in this weird bubble the way that the old YouTubers used to do it. I can be me. I can do whatever I want. This is my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna post hopefully twice a week. I'm planning on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you want to continue on this little food journey of mine, you can subscribe down below. You do not have to, obviously, but I will be back Friday, hopefully. Hey, hold me to it. Friday, I will be posting. All right. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Clean. And I hope that you take accountability soon, girl. You know who I'm talking about. Take some accountability. Make a little. You can always just apologize, you know, like to the person that you have hurt the most. But that's just me. Hey, all this would be solved if you would just apologize to him. He would never speak about you again. But who am I? Who am I to say anything? I can stop all of this, but you won't. So, have the day you deserve. All right, guys. Bye.